What's up, geeks? This is Captain TW returning with yet another episode of Hashtag Geek Approved. Today's review is going to be on the SH MonsterArts Predator Wolf. Why they didn't choose Predator from Predator 1 or Predator 2, I have no idea. So let's crack this sucker open and see what he's got. So here's Predator, and wow, SH MonsterArts did a really amazing job when competing with companies like NECA or way back when McFarlane. This Predator, the paint detailing is incredible, the effect parts are amazing. His height is actually about 7¼ inches tall, which is perfect because Predator was always tall in the movies. As for his articulation, basically he has a head and neck joint, his arms go about that much, his upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, full wrist rotation, diaphragm joint, waist swivel, upper leg swivel, the double jointed knees, the ankle pivot, and the toe articulation. For the back of this guy, that's a little different. He has the plasma cannon, which is on a decent swivel there. It swivels at the top, swivels right here at the bottom, and it also goes side to side. So you can have it when he's not using it, have it all the way down. He has this med pack which actually comes off. I don't know if it comes off on all of them, but it does on mine. I like how the dreadlocks are all separate. This guy is just amazing. Oh yeah, in the front you got the necklace with the skulls. I love how that's a separate piece. The belt is a separate piece. The leather strap is a separate piece. This guy is just flat out perfect to put on a shelf. It's safe to say this Predator is armed to the teeth. Literally. Those are the mandibles from when he growls, and I'll explain how to attach those. The extended blades. The dissolving liquid, which you use in AVP Requiem. The two different stabs. One is closed, one is open. The closed one you could attach to his back. The whip. The medicine gun. The closed version of his whip, which you could attach to his waist. The head with the mask, all those hands, and of course the instruction manual. This is a face that only a mother could love. I mean, look at him, he's hideous. That like demented looking stare because he's missing an eye or was blinded, the missing mandible. The thing about the missing mandible, he's a hunter. He's essentially the Harvey Keitel from Pulp Fiction. He's the cleaner Predator. He basically comes to Earth to remove any trace evidence that predator or alien species does exist. Basically, he would take this little blue liquid here. Somehow it reacted with the chlorine in the swimming pool in Alien vs. Predator Requiem. So spoiler alert for those of you that wasted your time in seeing the horrible movie. But they actually gave a nice little storage pouch right here and the leather strap. So you could actually have him carry that. The missing mandible, again, since he's a hunter, it's pretty neat that they did that, and you could actually give him the growl if you wanted to. So basically you just take those out, you put this one, whoops, I put that upside down, you put that over here, take the other one, put it like this, and he kind of gives that ugly roar that they give. Again, the missing mandible, so it actually looks pretty neat. Yeah, so Alien vs. Predator Requiem was really the worst movie ever. But not as bad as Alien vs. Predator 1. But the action figure is really worth it. So yeah, there he is with the mandibles and that really ugly face. Really highly detailed too. One other thing I forgot to mention in the details, this little thing here does open up. It's the Predator bomb. Unfortunately it doesn't have a countdown. That's the one little flaw that they did or whatever. But it actually looks pretty neat. So yeah, that's Predator with the mandibles. When it comes time to swapping out the option part head, it's quite tricky because the dreadlocks kind of get in the way, as well as everything from like his back. So I removed my med kit and the plasma cannon. What you want to do first though, when you want to swap out and put the one with the mask on, basically take the mandibles off so you don't lose them. And pretty difficult to undo the peg there. Just be careful with the necklace since it's a separate piece. I like to just squeeze it down by the skulls and squeeze a little bit in the back. And then the other piece here, it's a bit tricky. Let's do this. Like I said, you see it does take a little bit of time. It's not as easy as other action figures that have this option. Yeah, so you see, it's quite difficult. Yeah, another fair warning, the shoulder pad can come off a little bit. The knees, or like the above the knees, can come off too. The thigh pads haven't given me too much trouble lately. But yeah, just fair warning, pieces do come off pretty simple. I don't know if that was meant to be or whatever, but yeah. Swapping out the heads can be a pain in the ass, so fair warning there. But once the head is on there, I mean, come on, it does look pretty badass. You don't want this on your shelf? I mean, come on, look at that. Just so awesome. When it comes time to swapping out the blades in the hand, basically you just take the blades out. They're a little tricky and, you know, a little fragile, but they're okay. Then you take the hand out, revealing the ball joint. The ball joint is a little different than the other Figure Arts figures. Well, in this case, since he's a MonsterArt, I guess they changed it up a little bit. Then you take the other hand, just squeeze it on there. It's nice and, you know, tight right there. It's actually, you know, pretty nice. And then if you take the extended blades, if that's what you want to add on, just basically just put them in there. They don't fully go all the way in because it gives that extended look. But you would take the curved piece down and stick it through, and yeah, that's Predator with the blades, and I have to say it looks pretty nice actually. So, what hashtag geek approved rating should I give Predator Wolf? He does have a few flaws, some fragile looking pieces, he is a little top heavy, and it is Alien vs Predator Requiem. Okay, I'm going to give Predator Wolf a hashtag geek approved rating of 4.5 out of 5. So yeah, this is just one of the many poses you could pose Predator Wolf in. Like he's like, "Rah!" Like, you know, it's done, you know, like game over, he's about to lose or win and, you know, blow himself up because apparently, you know, he didn't want to exist. What a way to end the battle. Hey, look, I won. Boom, I'm dead. Anyway, so yeah, Predator Wolf, this figure is pretty awesome. He, in comparison to the NECA online figures that have been out recently, and, you know, in comparison to the 1990s McFarlane movie Maniacs, this figure, he goes perfectly along with them. So if you want to have, like, the whole, you know, ship worth of Predators, he's definitely worth picking up. And just the more posable one of them, too. The things that I didn't talk about in the video, if you look on, you know, right over here, you got the whip. That's basically the closed version of this. So basically he used this in the movie. He fought one of the aliens with it. I forget who, because the movie was just terrible. Yeah, that's one of the weapons. The detailing on this is fucking amazing. So yeah, and you see, like, it's almost identical to the closed version. The other weapon I didn't mention was the staff. I know I showed it briefly when talking about the accessories, but yeah, this staff, he actually impales the actress from the American version of Being Human with this. So it's kind of unexpected. Spoiler alert or not, I mean, that's if you're wasting your time watching that movie. Yeah, as you see on the back, they have the closed version. It kind of goes nicely on his back. There's a nice little peg hole on the staff itself. Plugs right into his back. And you could just pretty much arm him to the teeth. Yeah, I mean, the weapon count on this guy is amazing. I love the extended blade option. The plasma cannon, nicely detailed. The staff detailing, the, you know, just everything about it is just downright perfect. So yeah, that's just, you know, definitely a shelf piece. I know I displayed them for the last 3 months and I couldn't be happier. I'm really glad I picked them up. Well, that's it for this week's episode of Hashtag Geek Approved. As always, I hope you enjoyed, and again, thanks for watching. I would like to give a special shout out to my family at InnerCityGeeks.com for letting me pump out these videos for you. These guys continuously pump out podcasts weekly for your enjoyment. While you're listening to podcasts, don't forget about Good Games by Frank and Alex, who are still going strong, and the new episode is week 12 this week. Wow, 12. Don't forget to follow Inner City Geeks on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and even subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram at ICGCaptainTW, and as always, stay tuned for pics. And remember, if I haven't reviewed it, then it must not have been #GeekApproved. Peace.